requires a lot of humility. And it's like humility is the key to elevation in every case.
And I agree. But you know what? They have to want better for themselves in this world and in the hereafter. They do. And I know some people will say, oh, many of them will learn when they have daughters. Actually not, because there are male supremacist men who are jealous and hateful toward their own daughters.
Yep.
Okay, this is the unfortunate thing. And there are male supremacist women who are jealous and hateful toward their own daughters. And that's why in this book, I dedicate a whole chapter to male supremacist women. And these are, and I talk about in the book, and I don't really care how who gets triggered with that part. And I talk about how the most bitter woman I've ever met are male supremacist women stuck in marriages with male supremacist men who tell themselves it's love.
Every brown
they want you to believe it's love. And I'm saying it's so much love flowing from your marriage that you're triggered by me being single.
And I feel like it's the women who cannot survive without a man around. Like they can't fathom the thought that a woman can actually be happy, comfortable, exist, secure without a man doing something for her. Trust me, aunties, and we've tried. We have tried to find these men to do their job. But
you know what? Let me say this. I want to say this because we're live. Because girl, you know we be talking. I be forgetting. I think it's a phone call. But and the one it looks like one man was talking about he himself was an emotional disaster at one point, and that's okay. I'm going to tell you that in this moment, male or female, man or woman, if you're listening. And you can forget about in front of your wife, your husband, or the woman or man you hope to marry or whatever. Look inside yourself in this moment. Everyone who's listening to this live. Am I where I want to be with my relationship with myself, with my soul, and the best that my soul has to offer this world? Is that where I am? And if not, what can I do? Take one step to be better. That's it. Because it's okay. It's not only okay, it's a must to own as a man and as a woman that we don't have all the answers. Now, we don't go and show up on the doorstep of someone else completely broken saying, fix me. We go to Allah completely broken and say, fix me. Okay? And once we fix ourselves enough, because none of us are 100% fixed, once we fixed ourselves enough, then we can go and share the mutual building up of each other in a relationship. Okay? And we absolutely must work on our souls in worshiping Allah. And I will tell you this, but don't forget this. The male supremacist men and the male supremacist women are getting signs from Allah just like you are. But are they accepting the invitation to taqwa-centered manhood? Are they accepting the invitation to taqwa-centered womanhood? Many of them are not, because this is why they're fighting with you and me. Because they want to use little buzzwords. Okay? Like I talk about in the book, traditional woman. Little buzzwords that mean absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Except I don't like what you're saying because you make me feel like I need to be a better person.
There's something wrong with me. There's nothing.
No, there's something wrong with everybody.
Wrong with them. This is the thing. So another thing maybe you've noticed is these people have a problem apologizing. They cannot apologize even when we all lose our temper. We all slip up. It's the recovery from when you make the mistake. And a lot of like even with prayer, I find out like. If you're like the way we're taught to pray in my culture, it's not. There's no khushur. There's no. And I try to tell my son that it's a conversation you're going to have with your maker. Like,
that's right.
And I try to say now to the young people, I would say this, that so to go rely on Allah for everything, because I'm learning this at 51. I'm learning now. Nobody's coming to save you. No man, woman, nobody's
that's
coming.
Right.
Nobody's gonna. It's
gonna. Only Allah. Only Allah.
And that is la ilaha illallah. That is complete submission. That is complete monotheism. Is when you tap into that. When you tap into the fact that we go to Allah first, and then He will send the right people to our life. to help them.
I agree. I agree. But I'm gonna tell you something about male supremacy that I learned when I was working with my clients and students. I've had clients whose sons, and even I've seen other men, they don't want to go to Allah and be 100% humble because it takes away their masculinity.
That's not. This is such a wrong.
It's a wrong notion, but it matches male supremacy.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult to have khushu' in salah when you want to come feeling superior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and what Allah, and how some male supremacist men approach prayer is they come in with a heart that's broken for what women have done. And so they're able to go and be humble to Allah and say, "Oh Allah, guide these terrible women.
Yeah.
Oh Allah, make them
guide me, guide everybody but me."
Ya Allah,
Yeah.
make them stop tempting us. Ya Allah,
Ridiculous.
guide the women to be docile.
No. There's so many examples in Islamic history of the most powerful women, the most outspoken women. And I like. See, the other thing is that I was gaslighting myself, sister. I was convinced, because with menopause, your emotions are all over the place. I don't think we talk about this enough. That the hormonal, the nervous system, what happens to us when we hit that, like it's and men don't know. We don't know what's happening. So this was my year of that. And it was, when I look back, I'm like, I can't even believe that was me. Like,
yeah, I know that. Yeah.
So there's no grace and mercy given to the fact that, we actually have physiological differences as women.
Yes.
Our monthly cycles, all of these things, men don't understand how much that affects us. They just make fun of it. But, and then they'll gaslight you into like, oh, women are so emotional. They're just created. Yeah, we are emotional. Half of the emotional trauma comes from being mistreated by, not taking care of.
Yeah, but you know what? Our emotions are a gift from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And I own it. Like, be honest, that's why for me, like, even like it wasn't easy. Like, that chapter in the book when I talk about my du'as to Allah.
Yes.
And I know that will be a source of mockery for male supremacist men. I do know that. But again, I will say that as triggering as it can be sometimes, it's a fleeting trigger because that is a dark place to be in. And even men of taqwa, and even just regular men, non-Muslim men, any men who've done any healing and self-reflection will feel sorry for a man like that. Yeah. There is nothing funny about a human soul hurting.
Yeah, no.
There's nothing funny about, especially about someone you're responsible for. Hurting because you didn't show up or you showed up to harm.
Yeah.
This is actually like diabolical.
Yeah.
Like this isn't just, now we're getting away from just now these men are not knowing how to be men. Now we're talking about male supremacy reaching the level of finding joy in the suffering of women. And this is what a lot of male supremacists are doing. But I'm going to tell you what's happening with some of them. A lot of men are carrying exactly what the Prophet ﷺ said they would carry, which is the loss of manhood, the abandonment of standing up for believers. This is why they're addicted to they have the colonized mindset and they love it. Okay. And so where does all of that energy go? They know they're supposed to be sacrificing. They're supposed to be putting their lives on the line, by the way. They know they're supposed to be putting their egos on the line. They know that they're supposed to be going out there and working hard for this ummah, but they don't. So who do they need to do it on their behalf? The woman. So they need to see the woman suffering and sweating. It's like how they watch sports.
Oh.
It's almost like they think that if they watch enough sports, they're going to burn enough calories. And that's how it is with women. If they think that if women sacrifice enough, if women shrink enough, if women suffer enough, then it makes up for them not showing up as a man. It makes up for them not doing any sacrificing on their behalf. So they use women as conduits of their masculinity, and it is purely projection. Because I'm going to tell you what, a real man of taqwa, a real masculine man wants his wife to rest.
Yes.
And to love on herself. And it's not only because he loves her, he does, but it's because he loves himself. Because if he gets home and she's tired from scrubbing floors and cooking and cleaning and all of this, she has nothing left. And that man's selfish. He's like, I want my woman to be, you know what I'm saying? And I'm here for it.
Yeah.
No real man of taqwa wants his wife stressed out all day, scrubbing floors. Only a self-emasculated man wants a stressed out wife. And I'll say it again. Only a self-emasculated man needs to see a woman stressed out, scrubbing the house down before he feels like a man. And you will notice it's almost always the men with poverty mindset. And I'm not talking about how much money they have in their bank. I'm talking about how much manhood they have in their heart. Okay? Because you have a lot of rich, poor people. Okay? You have a lot of men with all kinds of money and sitting on podcasts thinking that they're high value. But you can't buy the type of manhood that I'm talking about.
No.
And when you see these men, they are content, secure in their masculinity. They love their woman, and they know that the more they pour into their woman, the more Allah will give them, because the Prophet ﷺ already talked about how your wealth is blessed. But because they have poverty mindset and scarcity mindset, and they know they themselves don't come with much, they want to grab and take whatever they can from a woman. And so this is why I tell women, marry someone who is invested in your peace, who's invested in your rest, because if he's not, he is invested in your harm, even if he doesn't know it.
So my basic thing is, the purpose of a man is to serve God. This is the purpose of men. Like you said, I've seen women, even in the Ummah, they're doing the job of 1,000 Muslim men, especially Western Muslim men. I'm sorry to say this, no shade on the brothers, but I feel like the colonized mindset of the Western man, it's so, the capitalism, the accumulating wealth, they're more worried about like looking bad, or like it's more about appeasing your oppressor and keeping your worldly wealth than it is to stand up firm and be like, okay, genocide is wrong. Okay, free Palestine. There's a lot, they don't have the courage to say that.
Aspirational whiteness. Aspirational whiteness.
Yes.
And I'm not even talking about white as a race. I'm talking about white as white supremacy.
Yes.
Because there are white men who have more manhood than a lot of these colonized people.
I'm telling you.
So you know what? I mean, yeah, but it's their choice. But you know, it's like a video I did. I don't know if you saw. It was a video. I talked about how they're jealous of feminists because and I got interested in that topic because I kept being called a feminist, even though I don't identify as a feminist. And I was talking about how much courage these women have. You can disagree with whatever. And one man came and talked about how it's that way because the government is giving women more money and opportunities than men. And so I did a response, and I said, are banks lending out brain cells and courage now? Like, I mean, I'm sorry. Like, you can like sign up and get like it injected in you inside of a needle. You can sign up with an application. And nothing I mentioned in my video required the government's assistance. Nothing I mentioned in my video required a loan from the bank. But still, this man found a way. He found a way to say that it's because the government. I was like, courage?
Anybody but self-accountability. They will literally blame everybody, everything. Like, just be accountable. Honestly, this is what the healing happens when, like, you keep blaming women. You keep blaming women, right? You're never going to be take accountability. We are forgiving women. We have big hearts. You know, we want to see you heal. We want to see the Ummah heal because you are supposed to be our leaders. But when a man doesn't know his purpose, if he thinks his purpose is just accumulating wealth, accumulating women, just self, indulge enough, then you have I'm not following you.
But you know what? Yeah, you know what? I find it hilarious. And that's why I wrote this part. Like, they create phantoms to fight.
Oh my
Like,
goodness.
they literally create phantoms to fight. Okay, and can I just read an excerpt?
Please.
Okay, I talk about how the male supremacist man, they create phantoms. Like, all of their enemies are like women. It's all outside of them. It's never anything for them to do.
Never inside.
And so I talk about, because y'all know who know me, y'all know I'm a little silly, so I gotta put a little bit of that in there.
So what?
Okay, so that's probably why we get along. Yeah, so I say that, okay, let me see. I'll start where I say, their definition of feminism is based on a make-believe world they've created to feel like men. Why? And I'm reading, for those who just came in, I'm reading from Male Supremacy 101. Why? Because they're too terrified to live in the reality of the personal and collective lack of manhood they live in truth. Moreover, they are terrified to face their own inner darknesses, which is rooted in cowardly self-emasculation that they chose and cultivated all on their own. So you know what they do? They choose a make-believe world and a phantom enemy to fight. Now keep in mind, it's no accident that their biggest enemy and even their phantom world is the very group of people, women, whom they claim to be the weakest, the most inferior and incapable of Allah's creation. Here is where they're telling on themselves. How so? Because in their own weak, emasculated states, it is only a weak, inferior enemy whom they feel powerful enough to fight and continuously triumph over. This is because even in their imaginations, they wouldn't dare enter a real battle where they would be required to show up as real men. And then I'll read this last part. And this is called their world of make-believe strength. In their world of make-believe, male supremacists are strong, powerful, marvel-like men. They are courageous soldiers fighting against agents of darkness who are destroying the world. And they create these phantom enemies and phantom battlefields because a world of make-believe is the only place they feel safe. It's the only place they feel courageous and strong. It's the only place it's the only place that they can fight real enemies and real darknesses while stopping real destruction in the world. But where? In their imagination. But really, they are only fighting themselves.
Yeah. It's amazingly written, perfectly written. And in the South, like, this is what I'm saying, they will bully women to feel powerful. That's the most cowardly thing I've ever. This is very typical in my culture.
Yep.
Grown men will be bullying their wives, oppressing their wives, and that's where they feel empowered. How is that powerful? It's actually so cowardly. And it's very normalized. It's very normalized.
It's because they don't have. This is why they pretend that feminism has more power than it does. And I asked some men and they didn't respond.
Yeah.
I said, if it's true that the world is on the side of feminism, and that women who are standing up, who are being so courageous, is because the government supports them, and the world is now in favor of all these women standing up for women. And I said, well, Islam requires you to stand up for women. Why are you still sitting down?
Yeah.
If the world is supporting, if this is the world now, the world is on the side of everybody standing up for women. But your excuse why you're sitting down is that because the world is supporting the people who are standing up.
Are they really though? Like, even that is not even. Like, it's just all I see everywhere I look, every corner of the world. Women and children are collateral damage. Women and children are suffering, struggling, being murdered, killed, abused because grown men don't want to take care of that. But that is actually one of your number one priorities as a man, is to safeguard the weak. This is what the prophets, peace be upon him, did.
Yeah, and the greatest threat to a woman, the greatest threat to a woman's life is a man.
And like I said, like, we have been begging you to protect us. This is another thing that I've realized. I don't know if you feel the same. Men or people who are male suppressed, they will make you chase them. Like, chase. Like, and I'm like, Allah doesn't make me chase him. Why am I chasing you for? They will make you grovel, beg, chase, ask repeatedly, struggle in conversation. Like, Allah doesn't make me chase him. He's there I don't need to chase anybody. So I stopped that point blank period because it's dehumanizing. It's humiliating.
And it's like that. So that's why I'm like, they be like, what you gonna do for me? I'm like, nothing. You need to go find your wife. Nothing at all, brother.
I got a table. I built my own table. I don't need just to be a crappy table.
Last shade, I have nothing for you.
Nothing.
May Allah bless you with a beautiful wife. you in a wrong conversation.
Oh my goodness. Look, and we're joking, brothers. I don't want to look. Okay, it's, you know what it is, sister. I'm always afraid. Don't be so fragile. This is a reality. When women say all men, we're saying that not a real man doesn't get offended because he knows it's not him. He knows men.
Well, I don't even say all men. I say
majority.
Male supremacist men.
Yeah.
Male supremacist men who are the majority of men.
The world, yeah.
Because this is something confirmed in the Qur'an and Sunnah.
Yeah.
This is the majority of men. And people can say, oh, the majority of women are also not righteous. Yeah, but we're not the leaders. So why are you talking?
Yeah.
Why is our name in your mouth?
Stop complaining about the people that you're supposed to be leading. Like, that's what I said, you know. A man who is not being led by the Quran, a man who is not literally actively going to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala 5 times a day with proper connection and taking his leadership from his maker, why am I going to follow you for? I'll go to Allah myself. Like, that's the point that I'm at. You know?
Yeah, I mean, the bottom line is that they have canceled themselves. They have taken themselves out of the marriageable quality market. Yeah. They have begged us through their behavior to run away from them.
Yeah.
They are inspiring virgin girls to stay virgin and single. They are heading a divorce crisis that's really a woman's standing up, saving her soul movement.
Yeah.
Because they're more concerned about women spreading divorce than them spreading spiritual crisis. And that's why for me, I'm no longer going to apologize for it. I'm not going to, I don't really care at this point. Like, if they get offended, I tried years. I did that performing femininity, tiptoeing. I did all of that already. I did all of that.
Nothing. It didn't get you support.
No, it didn't. It just got me used and mistreated.
Thank you. And that this is what I'm saying. Like I said to you, it's like, you know, those people that like go give charity to a homeless person and then they film it and then they post it. It's so dehumanizing to continuously make somebody who's in need, or like you're actually making it like, a real man can see the woman in need and he takes care of business. Like, who was it? Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiallahu anhu that used to go clean the house of the blind woman. You know, just because he knew she needed it. She was a blind elderly woman. These men went and did. They just went and served.
But you know what I would say? There are those people who are sincere.
Yeah.
Who go and film it, because like Allah talks about in the Quran how
some of them are, but
they want to make it, they want to normalize goodness, because let's look at the world.
The intention matters.
Yeah, the intention matters completely.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. I should
So I'm happy sometimes when I see those things, although some of them they can give you the ick depending on how the person, you know, brings it
sometimes
to the public.
I feel like the person is already vulnerable to film.
Yeah, because maybe they didn't consent to that. Yeah. If they didn't consent to that. Yeah, that's a problem.
With women, like, you can clearly see the woman, because when you're a self-respecting woman or a person, you're not gonna. Allah even says, I think, I don't know which part in the Quran it is, that the person who's actually in need is the one that doesn't ask. Like somebody who's got the emotional intelligence and the discernment to see, okay, there's people in my community, especially if you're a leadership position, you need to have that clarity and that sight to be able to see who's in need, who needs what. Because that's a responsibility. So,
yeah, because people expect, and that's why Allah talks about in the Quran how there are people you would never know, because people expect people in need to show up looking needy.
Yeah.
And I went through this when I went through my first divorce and I left Saudi Arabia. I came to the United States, and I was homeless. And when I was taught, and when I would try to get help for certain things, people were like, laugh, like, you're not struggling. They would tell me that I was rich when I'm telling you I'm and I just decided, you know what, Allah, I'm going to take it as a compliment. And that was many, many years ago. Alhamdulillah, I'm way past that point now. But I decided to take it as a compliment. I said, you know what? I look wealthy. I look rich. I look like I'm self-sufficient. Yeah. And you know what? I'm just going to take that as a sign that Allah is going to provide. I'm going to leave these people alone. Am I going to sit and tell people and beg people to no, I'm really not. No, you know what? But like you said, you should have, as a leader, You should have the insight and understanding that why would this person be here if they really don't need to be, right? Yeah. So, but you know what? I'm not waiting for it anymore. As you can tell with this book, I'm not waiting for it anymore. No. I'm using the intelligence that Allah gave me. I'm using the reach that Allah gave me. And some have tried to silence me, talking about, you need to be careful because you have such a wide audience. I said, yeah, that's why I'm being careful. Why it's important. And I'm carefully promoting my book.
Look, we fear Allah. At this point, it's only a fear of Allah. It's a fear of, and sometimes you go to that point where like, Allah, am I the one that's wrong? Or like, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, am I the one that's
I make that dua. I make that
all
dua.
The time. But alhamdulillah, tabarakallah, it's always like, okay, no, I'm still here. You're good. Like, we just have to empower ourselves.
Yeah, we do. And then let's keep talking. I think my battery's about to run out, but I want to end. I want to end with, just like, because I know like there are some people who are on here, we aren't even Muslim, but so I wanted to end with something from the Qur'an. But I wanted to ask you, do you have an English translation close to you? So, because I want to do the Arabic. Okay, good. Because I'm going to do the Arabic. I want to end with Surah Al-Hashr, because I love these ayahs.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Okay, I want to end with from ayah 21 through 24. Oh, nice. So I'm going to read the, do you want me to read it ayah by ayah and translate ayah by ayah, or I just do all of it and then you translate all of it to end?
20. So I've got the clear Qur'an, so I'm not sure how that would.
Oh, I'm sorry. Surah Al-Hashr is 59. Surah 59.
Yeah, I've got it. The banishment.
Okay. Which part? Verses 21 through 24. It's the end of Surah 59.
21 to 24. Okay, I've got 20.
You see it?
Okay. Can you read the first? Can you read a little bit of the English so I can catch it? The numbers are a little bit different here. The hypocrites?
I have only the Arabic, but if I were to translate it, it's saying if this Qur'an was revealed to on a mountain, it was revealed like if it was the revelation of it was on.
Oh yes, okay, I have it. The last two. Okay, I've got it.
Okay, so I'll read that. Do you want me to read it ayah and then pause and you read that ayah in English?
Sure.
Or do you want me to just finish everything and then
you know what? You do one shot and then I'll read it.
Okay, all right then. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لو أنزلنا I'm sorry, did you say something?
No.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم لو أنزلنا هذا القرآن على جبل لرأيته خاشعا متصدعا من خشية الله وتلك الأمثال نضربها للناس لعلهم يتفكرون هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو عالم الغيب والشهادة هو الرحمن الرحيم هو الله الذي لا إله إلا هو الملك القدوس السلام المؤمن المهيمن العزيز الجبار المتكبر سبحان الله عما يشركون هو الله الخالق البارئ المصور له الأسماء الحسنى يسبح له ما في السماوات والأرض وهو العزيز الحكيم.
Okay, I'll read the English. It's much more compact because it's the thematic version of the
No
clear
problem.
version. Okay, so the impact of the Quran. Had we sent down the Quran upon a mountain, you would have certainly seen it humbled and torn apart in awe of God. We set forth such comparisons for people, so perhaps they may reflect. He is God. There is no God worthy of worship except Him, knower of the seen and the unseen. He is the most compassionate, the most merciful. He is God. There is no God except Him, the King, the most holy, the all-perfect, the source of serenity, the watcher of all, the almighty, the supreme in might, the majestic. Glorified is God, far above what they associate with Him in worship. He is God, the creator, the inventor, the shaper. He alone has the most beautiful names. Whatever is in the heavens and the earth constantly glorifies Him, and He is the Almighty, the All-Wise. SubhanAllah. SubhanAllah. What a beautiful choice. What a perfect choice to end. And that literally just ties in the fact that we have to abolish this false idol of male supremacy. And
absolutely. And I invite everyone to, I would love to have like a book club discussion with,
But let's do it.
Yeah, everybody who bought their book, let us know. And we'll talk about it together. Male Supremacy 101.
There's a sister. Oh my goodness! I wish there was some way to connect you to like Megan Rice. Do you follow her? She started off with the book club.
This sounds very familiar.
I'll send you her profile.
What's her last name?
Megan Rice.
Rice.
Yeah, she reverted to
Islam.
Islam.
She's the one who became. Yes.
She started with the book. Oh my goodness! Like
my daughter told me about this.
Yeah, her sister Maryam Amir, Dr. Marwa Aswar, I believe her name is. There are such powerful ustadas. There are such powerful, learned women, knowledgeable women. That inshallah,
we'll let's do our book club with this, and then I'm gonna leave it to Huma because she used to do a TV show and everything. I'm gonna let her do her thing.
I'm just got the gift of
God. I love about it.
You know what? This is everything in my life led me to this point, and this book was literally healing. This was healing for me from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala after. It's a rough patch right now, sister.
Yeah, I'll make it easy for you.
Inshallah. But you know what? So many beautiful things are going to come from this. What a pleasure speaking to you.
You too. And thank you to the audience and for you all being patiently watching and being present with us. And anything wrong that I said, that's totally from me and Shaitan. And anything good is from Allah. And subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. I glorify Allah and praise Him. I bear witness that nothing has the right to be worshipped except God alone. And I seek His forgiveness and I turn to Him in repentance. And thank you so much. And I look forward to next time, inshallah.
Inshallah. And we'll try to add more sisters. We'll try to have more discussions.
Yes, please.
Yes. Because I think that will be very healing for all of us.
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. You have my number. And I'm here especially to support the sisters. And I definitely am. And any brothers who want to begin their journey, I support that too.
Yes, inshallah.
All right. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.